Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
R&R Racewear, your source to all custom racewear apparel needs, and home to iRacing apparel. Check it out today at rnrracewear.com.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the praise?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. The holidays are over. I am Repeat right alongside Byron Jones. Qualifying's in the books, and man, we are going to get ready to get going from the Lady in Black. Let's go ahead and bring up your grid to get set for the penultimate race with this IROC Challenge Series. Big thanks to everybody that's out there. Thanks for coming out, hanging out. Looking forward to chatting it up, and keeping us company. Byron Jones, welcome back, buddy. How are you?
Man, P, I'm doing great. Like you said, holidays are over. It's time to get back to business. It's time to finish off this season for the IROC series. I tell you, tonight's going to be a special night. A ton of great cars. As you can see already, the hoods are looking a lot different than what we've seen within the past few weeks. It's going to be a bit of a special night, bit of a heartwarming night as we go ahead and go in memory of Jamie Abril tonight for these guys as they hit the track in the Lady in Black.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie Abril, a past driver here with the IROC TV Challenge Series. And what's actually really cool, Byron, is after an unfortunate circumstance with Jamie Abril, him and his family thought enough of this league, enough of this community, enough of this series to reach out to them, let them know of the tragic news of his passing. And tonight, it's all about them. We're going to have a very, very special send-off to Jamie. We're going to be able to talk to driver of the two who's running the 20s number tonight, and it's all about in the memory of Jamie Abril. They got about 2.5 minutes left of the warm-up here from Darlington. Lady in Black, track too tough to tame. Talking about Darlington stripe and all that. Byron, we saw a lot of very, very fast cars. I got a chance to talk to some of the drivers before the race kicked off, and they said that Neil, he's going to have a bad, fast car, so we'll have to see if he can get that emotional win that everybody wants to see him grab.
Yeah, most definitely. We were even mentioning it up in the booth before this all kicked off, too. We were sort of talking about, who's sort of the favorite, which one's looking really good. You mentioned that Neil Quick, in some practices, he has been the top dog throughout the races, so I can only imagine it's going to transpire to this race as well. He's going to be fast. Neil Quick, it seemed like within the past few weeks that we've broadcasted, within the time we've been here, he's been up in the front, always up top 5, almost every single race, getting the top 5 positions, and I can't expect anything different tonight from the Lady in Black. Like we said, he's really, really good at this track, and it's going to shine once it comes in later in the night.
Absolutely cannot. That was exactly where I was going to talk about later into the night. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at our race info right now, so you see exactly what we're going to be racing into. Here we go. So it looks like we got a nice, cool, calm, and collected 73-degree air temp, right along with a track temp of 77. So these guys are going to be racing into the night, and man, what a race it's going to be. Hopefully everybody that's out there is watching on iRoc-series.com or on Facebook, iRacing iRoc. Right along on Twitter, and man, what about this? The whole deal with the Roku as well on IROC TV over on Roku. If you've got a Roku streaming device or a Roku TV, go on over, look up that logo that you see on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. That is this channel, and happy to have you aboard. Welcome, 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 and again, one more time, Happy New Year, everybody. Byron, we've only got a limited amount of time. Who do you got for tonight? Is it going to be the sentimental favorite, or do you got your eyes on somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to look past the two, Neil Quick. Like you said, we're talking about it, but another guy, I know I've mentioned him a lot week in, week out, Aaron Smith, but I think the true winner tonight that I'm feeling really good about, he's been up there, he's been running, he's been one of the most dominant ones, and that is Chris Mefford, the one that we are sitting on right now. He's one of the fast guys. He's one of the guys that I'm looking into picking up this win, getting this done tonight in Darlington to go ahead, set himself up perfectly for Homestead next week. That's just my thought. You, Pete?
Man, I tell you, I mentioned a little bit ago that I talked to some of the guys, and they said Neil Quick was going to be very, very fast here. They actually said very quick here, and I was like, hey, is any pun intended in that? And they said, no, absolutely not. So I'm actually going to go with the sentimental favorite. I'm going to go with Neil Quick, rocking that number 20 for this evening. And let's go ahead and pull up our grid, see exactly how it is we stand for this evening. Here's our grid. So Byron Jones, Aaron Smith, you just mentioned him. He's going to be starting P number 1 in that 70 machine. To his outside is going to be Brian McCann, one of the guys that's locked in due to a past win in this round. Neil Quick, there he is. Row number 2, sitting P3 with Kevin McCann, P number 4 in his 33. 83 of Brandon Mefford. He's the other guy that's going to be very, very fast tonight with Mike Koch sitting P6. So to round out row number 3, row 4, David Tremblay in his number 96. P number 8 in his 81, Joshua Funkhauser. Stoney Benfield in the 75 with Chris Mefford to his outside to round out row number 5. Row 6, talking about Cook Quick in his 23 with Tim Schofield to his outside. Back half of the field, only going to be about 17 guys going to go ahead and kick this off. But we talked about Tim Schofield, Chris Wally in his number 51, P13, P14, Jesse King, P15 is going to be Kyle Pendergraft, and Dakota Clark way in the back. You see me there, but that was only due to some technical issues. So let's go ahead and empty that out. And how about we pick up with some of these guys here right now. So, all right, Byron, you start to see what's going to be a very, very special tribute. Looking forward, or looking, from overhead with this chopper. Right now, they're three abreast, and they're going to be that way going all the way back. And how about that 20? Going to go ahead and pull it 4 wide, and this will be their salute. All right, let's go ahead and bring Neil Quick up to the booth, and we'll have a quick word with driver 2, but tonight it's driver 20. Neil, we're up with you right now. It's Repeat and Byron up in the booth, but we're looking back on you. We see everybody lined up behind you, and we're all in. We've all got driver 20 in our mind. If you want to say anything, man, tonight is about you and our buddy.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Jamie, and this was his first season with us, and as a brother racing with us every Thursday night, he looked forward to it. Unfortunately, we lost him on December 11th, and I'm proud to carry his colors tonight, and hopefully we can get it out front and maybe park this thing in victory lane for him. That would be a really, really good thing for him and his wife, Brooke. So from all of us at IROC, to Jamie's family, all our prayers and good thoughts are with you guys tonight, and hopefully we can put this 20 in victory lane for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, I told Byron a little bit ago, I was able to talk to some of the guys, and I guess in a recent race, you were actually very quick, no pun intended, and it was kind of what I was mentioning a little bit ago. And man, I've got you picked as the sentimental favorite. Of course, Byron is kind of leaning your way as well. We'll be keeping an eye on that 20 all night long. Man, Neil, go get him. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up, and let's get ready to go racing, sir.
Well, appreciate it, guys. Got a great passenger tonight, so hopefully he's looking down on this and smiling.
There you go. All right, I'll get you back on down. You were in channel 2, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct.
All right, I'll get you back down right now. There you go, sir. All right, Byron. So yeah, some great words from a lot of great friends that Jamie had here in the IROC Challenge Series, brought to you by Spartan Transportation and IROC TV. What you think, Byron? Byron having some technical issues. He will be right back with us. But Doug Wysocki out there on Facebook saying, great tribute to a great person. Rest in peace, Jamie. Absolutely. Definitely very, very sorry for your loss to the entire family. This is something that has stood true with every single league or community or club that I've ever broadcasted with. They always rally around their own. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're just online, you're racing and whatever." This really does become like family. You get to gain some great friendships, and they almost seem like it's second family at times. And that's exactly what Jamie was here with this IROC series, and he'll be prevalent throughout the night, I can promise you. And look forward to lap 20, where we'll be taking a lap of silence, and we'll be riding around with that 2-0. So, all right, let's go ahead and widen this out. Let's get ready to roll. You see the lights atop the pace car are out. We're going to go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon as well as your track map, so you know where everybody's at throughout the race. Let's get ready to roll. All right, so coming off of 4, Barney should have the field well in hand. There you go. You see the green flag up, getting ready to wave it for all it's worth.
Green.
Green flag, let's go. All right, coming off of turn 4 so far, it looks like Aaron Smith, starting on pole, is going to be able to retain that spot and keep it going. Got Kevin McCann in that 33 right behind him, not really shaking him loose at all. 100 laps are on tap for this evening from the Lady in Black. Definitely appreciate, again, everybody that's out there, whether it's on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or the IROC channel on Roku TV. Welcome aboard one more time. Man, what a moving start to this all, as Kevin McCann, now actually you take that back, as David Tremblay just went ahead and went to Plaid. So far, posting the fastest lap of the race with a 30.3. So these guys navigating this 1 mile egg-shaped oval in just about a half a minute. So this is going to go, if this continues to be the pace, now they will fall off just a little bit, but if that does continue to be the pace, we should be able to complete this race in just under an hour. And again, this is the penultimate race. They've got one more after this to go ahead and crown a season champion. So far, only 2 are locked in off of wins. 3 more will be given away. I shouldn't say given away. It should be earned to points only. So there you go. All right, so I mentioned Aaron Smith. There he is. Let's actually go ahead and jump on board with the driver, see exactly how he's navigating this very, very tough track, and I'll show you why it's tough. On the bottom right-hand side, you got the track map there. On the right-hand side, you see turns 1 and 2, very, very longer than turns 3 and 4. It is very much an egg shape. So through turns 1 and 2, they can carry a whole lot of extra speed, where turns 3 and 4, getting into 3, they got to let off a little bit, maybe even tap that brake, get the nose set, and then get back in the throttle as soon as they feel like they can get back in the throttle and not have any real issues. So that's how it is. Byron, you get back with me, buddy.
Yes, sir, I am. I have no clue what's going on tonight, but we got it all fixed. We're good to go. What a way to ring in the new year. But yeah, I know I just missed, obviously, we just got done talking with Neil Quick, and then as well as the moment of silence for them. Aaron Smith right now, he's out to somewhat of a commanding lead, and look at this, already saving his field through 1 and 2. Could this be a strategy we see throughout tonight, Pete?
And I'm actually kind of surprised to see him do that. You heard him just go silent for just a moment. Let's see what he does here in 3. Yeah, even going into 3, I guess maybe in practice or spending the last couple weeks, maybe turning a bunch of laps here at the Lady in Black as he blinks out just a little bit, and maybe learn that even just going, getting that clutch pedal in for just a small amount of time, going into 1 and going into 3 again, maybe it's saved enough. Maybe he figured out something with his tires. Who knows? I mean, Aaron Smith, he's been bad fast all season long, and man, it looks like so far he might have something for him here tonight.
Yeah, he's driving away right now, as long with the 33 of Kevin McCann, sort of leaving the rest of the field behind him, almost about a second or so behind that 33 of Kevin McCann. Sorry. I'm back to that number 20 of Neil Quick for tonight, not the 2. As you can see, a lot of the guys, one in the wall there in the back as they came off the back stretch. I believe that was the 96 of David Tremblay. So he's going to find himself fall back just a little. Meanwhile, Kevin and Aaron just continue to drive off in the distance right now, leaving everybody else behind.
Yeah, I've got the lap time history up on screen right now, and you can see McCann has been faster than Aaron Smith, and of course he's got a little bit of draft. So over the last 5 laps, it's only been on lap 8 where Aaron Smith was faster than both Kevin McCann and Neil Quick, right now sitting in P3. But hey, you don't have to be faster each and every lap. With these guys and the amount of cautions that they seem not to have, they mostly do go caution free. It's going to be all about tire conservation.
Yes, it will, especially off this corner. We're seeing everybody exit right now. That is going to be huge later on the run. You're going to see guys slipping in sideways as well as tagging that wall too. We always talk about whenever we come to Darlington, that stripe. These guys are going to get it one way or another tonight. It's just a matter of when. But everybody's sort of keeping it calm, clean, cool, and collective, single file throughout almost the entirety of the field right now. So everyone's sort of biting their time, waiting until sort of the caution pops up, stage caution, and then they can go ahead and get themselves reset for the rest of the race.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting as we've actually got a challenge for the lead. Looks like 33 not only showing that he was faster, but able to go ahead and make the pass on driver 70. So put that 33 Dale Earnhardt Wrangler kind of Spartan LLC throwback machine up front. Now he's got all kinds of clean air on the Camaro. Byron, you've got a lot more wheel time, a lot more seat time than I do in a lot of these different cars. How much of a difference is clean air on the hood of one of these Camaros versus being right up behind somebody here at Darlington?
Oh, I'll take clean air every day of the week. I mean, once they start getting side by side, getting clean air, getting your nose out in the front is going to help your car turn 10 times more easier. But as we see right now, I don't think Aaron's really won the challenge, wanting to burn his tires, get a distance out. He's just going to sit back, relax, use that fuel, use the tires just a tad. Meanwhile, I think McCann's out to win. He wants to go out. He wants to get the win. He wants to get the stage win and just drive himself away. But I don't know. When it comes to open air, I like to stay out in front. Unless if my tires are super loose, then I'm going to tuck in behind someone. But right now, I think where McCann is, that's where I would be on track.
And I brought back up the lap time history one more time just to see what the difference was. Earlier, I said McCann was faster than Aaron Smith, and I attributed it partly to the draft that he was in. But here it is now. Over the last 5 laps, McCann has been faster than Aaron Smith on every single lap but lap 11. So lap 10 he was faster by just about a half a tenth, and since then it's been 1/10 or more going forward as we start to knock on lap 16.
Yeah, 16 of 100 tonight. You mentioned it, just a little bit over or under an hour, so these guys got a lot of time to go. Meanwhile, as we check in the back here, big pack starting to form here within about 5th place on back. Everybody's getting single file really close together, and it's all led by the 46 of Chris Mefford, finding himself about a second and a half out in front of the next guy in front of him, which would be the 96 of David Trumbley. Meanwhile, we got some battles going on in the back. Pete, ooh, one Xfinity car in the wall there.
Yeah, one Xfinity car in the wall, but you know what? These cars can take a little bit of a beating. I said a little bit of a beating. You absolutely watch him try to knock that wall down. Byron, we mentioned it a little bit ago. Hashtag Darlington Stripe. And right now, the 25 of Jesse King absolutely having an issue with the right rear on that 25. I'll tell you what, I'll actually try to lock in on that right rear if I can when he comes off the corner and see, yeah, he's got that thing all kinds of knocked in. The Spartan Machine's going to have to be one hell of a warrior to deal with the Lady in Black tonight.
Yeah, the Lady in Black struck pretty early for that 25, but it's okay. Still a long race to go. Obviously, you see that damage. That's going to affect his car a ton, but at this point, sort of ride, get that damage fixed once caution comes out. So he's going to be buying his time. Hope he doesn't go too many down tonight, Pete.
Definitely. I tell you, if you got a car that's handling loose now, just about, we're going to be coming to lap 20 next time by, which will be our lap or our moment of silence, or lap of silence. So let's go ahead and get back up with Kevin, and we'll see you in a moment. All right, everybody, thinking about Jamie Abril and everything that he meant to this series, to this league, to this community, and IROC definitely wishes everybody in the Abril family, peace during this very, very rough time. A member of the community for a very long time. He will be missed, Byron.
Yes, he will. Family member, friends, husband, everything you could be, and just unfortunately it got all taken away, but it's very, very unfortunate to have happen. It's little often do we see this happen, and it's just unfortunate to see it happen within such a great community, such a great person, and just such an unfortunate timing.
Absolutely. But, Byron, I kind of touched on this earlier. No matter where we've ever been, going back to console days, here on iRacing, everywhere, these communities, these clubs, these leagues, they always rally around their own. I kind of mentioned it a little bit during pre-race, or just as everybody was kind of getting up and getting going. These aren't just guys that you're out here playing games with. They almost do get to be great friends. I mean, think about all the track meets that you go to and all the time that you spend in different parties and different discords and things like that, laughing, cutting up, having a good old time, comparing, talking about friends, talking about family, going through the different trials and tribulations of life, and you've always got a group of guys or girls to kind of lean on. These guys aren't just people that are online. They mean something, and it's very, very nice of the family to think of IROC, to reach out, let them know that make them aware of his unfortunate passing, and we definitely wish the family well. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to go through the field. We got a very, very long green flag field to this race. Let's go ahead and kick off with driver 33. He took the lead just a little bit ago. Let's go ahead and pull up his info. We're going to go through the field. So first off, Kevin McCann out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He started P4. He's up 3 spots. Right now running P number 1 and doing all right. Aaron Smith started on pole, so he's back 1 spot from Hollywood, South Carolina, and his onboard, this Spartan Machine. The guy knows how to maintain a car, and man, I'm looking forward to seeing, Aaron possibly get back up there a little bit later on as the race goes on. Chris Mefford right now, P number 3 from Knightstown, Indiana. Falcon Motorsports racing for Riley and Zoe's place in this 46. I'll never forget the first race that I broadcast with this IROC series, and he absolutely shown to be very, very fast. Looking for him to move on up just a little bit as well. Already up 7 spots. P number 4, Neil Quick in this 20, and his onboard. So far, he's down 1 spot after starting P3, and looking forward to him as the sentimental favorite to possibly get it done when it's all said and done. Brandon Mefford in this 83 machine. He's also rocking Jamie on the hood, also from Knightstown, Indiana. Zoe's place and race for Riley. Brian McCann back here in this 3 Spartan machine. Again, another one rocking the 20 on the hood instead of the normal Spartan transportation colors out of King, North Carolina. You can see it's a Dale Earnhardt throwback, and he's got Dale Earnhardt as his profile picture, down 4 spots, sitting at P number 6. P7, which is right where this 96 started, out of Toledo, Ohio. Nothing lost, nothing gained. It's holding steady so far. P number 8, we're talking about Tim Schofield, up 4 spots in this 12 out of Chelsea, Michigan. Driving a race car is like dancing with a chainsaw. Yeah, I tell you, we've seen some people try to cut down that track. So far, this guy doesn't seem like he's had too many issues. He's up 4 spots. Joshua Funkhauser down 1 spot in this 81. He's got that 00 to his outside. So far, still staying inside the top 10. Not too bad for this 81. Mike Koch down 4 spots in his 00. We just saw him pull up to the backside of the 81 while we were driving on board with him. He's down 4 spots, still inside the top 10 though, just trying to hold on. Behind him, you see the 25 of Jesse King. He had some issues earlier, trying to knock down the wall just a little bit out of Newton, Texas. He's still up 3 spots though from where the night started. Can he move up even further? We'll have to see. Stoney Benfield down 3 spots in this 75. Again, also rocking Jamie on his hood out of Albemarle, North Carolina. Know exactly where that's at. Chris Wally back here started P13, riding P13 in this number 51 out of Tallahassee, Florida. Will he be waiting for the second half of this race? Will he try to make up some spots getting on and off of pit road? I have a feeling not only he's going to try that, but I think a lot of others will try to do the same exact thing. Kyle Pendergraft sitting back here, P number 14, up 1 spot from where he started out of New Albany. He's got a little bit of damage to the backside. Whenever you see the damage on that side here at Darlington, normally means that he's gotten a little loose at some point, might have scraped up the inside wall, which would have led to a great save by him. But I'm sure he's going to look forward to maybe see if a caution comes out, heal up and let a little bit of that damage and get on that throttle pedal a little bit more. Cook Quick back here in this 23. Right now down 4 spots from where he started, sitting P number 15. And he'll try to be up and up a little bit further as the night goes on. So that is completely through the field. Kevin McCann still leads, and the whole field trying to chase down this 33.
Yes, he does. He has the entire field on their toes as now he's starting to come up towards lap traffic, being the first guy, that 23 of Cook Quick, within inches of him, probably about a little less than a second gap. And then behind McCann, we have Aaron Smith. And then those two are basically just checked out from the entire field. The next guy back is just so far back. You can see this is Neil Quick. He's heading in the 3 and 4. The rest of the guys are already crossing the start finish. So that distance is huge. And if anything is to happen, that distance that they all gain is going to be for nothing. But now the question is, you have the 33 of Kevin McCann starting to come up on traffic. And he's passing traffic as well. This is going to determine between Kevin or Aaron which one is the better one making their way through lap traffic as it looked like Cook just went ahead and moved out of the way for both of those.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really racing with integrity when you know, hey, the leader's just got a bad, fast car. You're watching him come up closer and closer to your back bumper lap after lap. You see the line that he's running, and maybe you try that as well, but you just can't get your car to hook up the same way. So far, this 33 of Kevin McCann absolutely blistering the field, but not able to completely shake the 70 of Aaron Smith right now, sitting P2 in this number 70. And we're seeing two very different lines between the 33 and the 70. The 70, he's all the way down on that bottom line, if there is such a thing here at Darlington, going through turns 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 a little bit higher up. I know in 1 and 2 you can carry a little bit more throttle, where 3 and 4 you really got to set that car up to come up and off the corner.
Yeah, most definitely. And with these guys, I mean, Aaron, the way he's driving, the way he's able to keep his car up within this 33 is impressive alone. I mentioned early on that he was going to be one of the big threats. You mentioned as well as Neil Quick was going to be one of the big threats as well, but I don't know. I didn't really see Kevin McCann being the guy that's the top dog, but he is the man to beat right now, and I think he's going to be the one to beat throughout the entirety of this race, all the way through lap 100 tonight. We'll have to see, though. If maybe those guys in the back, if they know when the caution comes out for the stage break, maybe you come down short pit as you see a huge group of about 4 of those guys now making their way through. Question is, once they start getting racy, they're going to lose a lot of more time. So do they stay in line, or are they going to go for it?
Well, we actually saw something like this during a practice. You were actually kind of joking around and laughing about a little bit. You know, kind of drafting here at Talladega, and that's almost literally what these guys are doing. You know, they've got to let up a little bit in the corner, but hey, even at Daytona and Talladega, you're not on a throttle all the time, which is one of the biggest misconceptions of plate racing. You're actually breathing it and getting back on, reading it. Most of the time you're at like 75% throttle. Here you are full throttle down the straightaways, back off it again, going into the corners. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a pack feel back here with these 4, and then huge separation back to the 96 of David Trumbley, quite a few seconds back. 16 seconds to be exact.
Yeah, that's a big old gap. That is something you don't want to see, but that just means the leaders are really on rails, as they're also coming up on a lap car. Oh, leader may be spun around.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm on the leader now. Looks like he's actually still got the lead. But yeah, we do have our first caution, and it's
unless if that was stage break.
Yep, there you go.
Been stage break.
Yep. You get wrapped up into it, and you forget all about the stage. Yeah. So yeah, stage number 1 is in the book. So Kevin McCann, who is one of your locked-in chasers, he's going to go ahead and grab max points. And since these guys were able to go the full fuel load and full run on tires, no cautions to speak of in the first 40 laps, we won't have to really talk about, you know, the perilous nature of getting onto pit road here at Darlington, which could be very, very slick. Everybody's going to be able to whoa it up, slow it up, come on down pit road, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, and fill it up with that Sunoco E15, come on back out. But the biggest thing, Byron, is actually getting into your pit stop or pit stall, not overshooting it, getting that signboard to hit the hood so your crew doesn't have to travel that extra distance, have that killer stop time, and come on back out and hopefully keep the lead. If Aaron Smith is able, if McCann is able to come on out first, we'll see if we can't grab him up right quick and have a word with old driver 33, as it looks like he is.
Yeah, something must have been wrong with Smith. He struggled to get off of pit road. He's going to fall himself pretty far back now. I'm going to go with he either was fixing damage or didn't hit his pit stall right.
There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and pull Kevin McCann up to the booth. Kevin, it's Repeat and Byron up in the booth, buddy. First off, happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Holidays are over. We're back racing from Darlington, you definitely seem to have one hell of a hot rod tonight. You've led the most laps coming in as stage 2. Can you hold them back for the rest of these 50 plus laps, sir?
Yeah, definitely gonna. It's looking good so far, but I think everybody's running different strategies here tonight. So here toward the end of this stage, I think people will start to show their true pace here. So it's kind of a guessing game up until then, but definitely car feels quick tonight. Just gonna try to keep it clean and keep it out front.
Man, you've got you've got Jamie Abel adorning the hood of your 33. He's able to talk to you a little bit in practice and whatnot. Any special memories that you can share of Jamie, real quick?
Yeah, man, it's just really devastated to hear that news, and I really think it's really cool that the guys all came together here and put the memorial on the car, pay the respects. Anytime you lose a fellow racer friend, it hits hard. Just paying our respects out here. He'd want us to keep on racing. I feel like one of his passions. So, I'm going to give it all I got. Hopefully I can put it in victory lane with his name on the hood tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, you definitely go ahead and keep the shiny side up, and maybe we'll be checking in with you just a little bit later. I see you getting back double file. I'll get you back down with your team, and one more time, good luck. Go get them.
I appreciate it.
You got it. All right, let's go ahead and move him back down with Brian McCann and Tim Schofield, his teammates. Byron, everybody's got a little bit of a tribute to this 20.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I can only imagine we'll have to ask, too, once we go ahead and find out this winner and the leaders for tonight, too. Top 3, ask them as well, memories. I know he, like they've mentioned, he's been a huge impact to this entirety of the league. So just to be able to carry on his legacy, be able to do this race tonight for him is beyond special and something a lot of leagues are behind. But this one is just very, very special, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like he just said, which kind of reiterated, a lot of memories, a lot of time of Jamie within the IROC Challenge Series, and we're gonna go back green, and man, let's go.
Yes, sir. Barney's got his hand in the air, waiting for the drivers to come across the Geico restart zone. And once they do, it is game on. Green flags waving. Everybody's on the punch, down on the throttle. And it's going to be the 33 of Kevin McCann out to a nice and easy lead already.
Oh, yeah, that is one thing that can't be overstated. Week in and week out, league in and league out, communities, clubs, whatever you want to call yourselves, the control car on restarts has the clear and evident advantage. And there's nothing that you can do. But you can try to time it. You can do everything you want to do. If you're able to look out your left-hand window and watch, or if you can turn up your sound and listen to when that throttle is first stabbed to try to grab a gear, get going. That's what you got to do. But man, this 33 so far trying to set sail.
As I like to say, Kevin went ahead, dropped the gear, and disappeared. Took off from the entirety of the pack. As Neil Quick is just struggling to keep up with lap times right now, continuously still following off from that 33 of Kevin McCann. Lap times still starting to dwindle, but Kevin said it. Is this something that we'll end up seeing? As you see last time by, lap 46, almost 8/10 slower than the 33 of McCann. So now it arises. Kevin mentioned it. You're going to start seeing the fast guys truly shine at this point. What do you do if you are sitting in this position? You're position number 2. You know you're one of the second fastest guys out of the entirety of the field. How do you catch this man? How do you reel him back in after knowing what a dominant performance he had within the first 40 laps?
Man, I tell you what, I don't know if Kevin McCann is watching the broadcast from another screen or what. We're talking about going fast and who is fastest over the last 5 laps. The man just went to plaid, putting down a lap of a 30.14, 2 full tenths of the best lap that was run previously. So the man with the clean air on the hood of this 33 Camaro, in absolute command as he's pulling away to a clear 3.6 seconds in just 5 laps. So the man he's just working on checking out.
Yes, he is. And last time by, Kevin McCann ran a 30.24. Last time by, Neil Quick, position number 2, ran a 39.9. Almost a little bit more than 3/4 of a tenth slower between Quick and McCann. That is just impressive to see. Just the skill that McCann has showed up to Darlington with, and is continuing to run with it. Meanwhile, one of the guys in the back looking to make his way throughout the field is that 83 of Brandon Medford. He's going to try to see if he can't get around the 3 of Brian McCann, Kevin's teammate, and we'll have to see how this battle is going to shape out, but it's looking to get intense pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, these battles have been pretty fierce all night long whenever they were able to actually get side by side. Doesn't look like he was able to complete the pass. You see the 3 car go ahead and shoot off the high side, pushing the 83 right back to P number 5. And oh, by the way, right where he started. So again, nothing lost, nothing gained for the 83. Just holding serve, holding pace, and he is one of the guys that's in the top in points, if I'm not mistaken, Byron. So all he's got to do is, just kind of hold serve and do the best that he can. But the lady in black, sometimes she has other plans.
Yes, he does. She's got to play calm, cool, and collective. Keep himself up there. Points are a huge deal in this series, let alone making it to the championship round. Homestead, Miami, that's the spot where you want to be when the sun rises on next Thursday, is within the Final Four, being able to compete for a championship and being able to say, you know what, I got a shot at this, let's take it, let's see if we can't make no mistakes and get ourselves a championship. That's one thing every single one of these drivers with those green spoilers have that's set in mind, is being in Homestead when the sun rises, competing for that championship.
Absolutely. Looking back from Medford right now, you see Stoney Benfield in his number 75, trying to make that move on the inside. So far, looks like he might be able to get there, but nope. Medford quick on the throttle, able to avoid that pass for now.
That's one of the great things about the top side. You run up on that top side, you're going to have a huge runoff. You're down on that bottom, you are going to struggle a ton to get any sort of grip to get a good run off that corner exit. Meanwhile, these guys are starting to line up again. It's starting to look like they're in Talladega, as well as the 20 of Neil Quick starting to drive away from the pack just a tad. Not a ton, but he is creating some breathing room within the 4.
Yeah, Neil Quick right now sitting P number 2 in this 20. You see him out there on the scoring pylon, P2, 4.7 seconds back behind Kevin McCann. But hey, man, he mentioned earlier when we were talking to him during the ceremonial tribute lap that he's got a special rider with him tonight. We'll have to see if when it's all said and done in stage number 3, if he can get up there and do something with Kevin. But so far, that 33, he's on a different level.
Yes, he is. There is one thing, though, I'm curious about right now. One of the guys that we saw a huge challenger against Kevin McCann, currently finding himself in the 12th place position, is that 70 of Aaron Smith. Ever since the pit stops happened, he's sort of just quiet, off by himself. Is there a plan he's got in mind, or did he just sort of mess up on pit stops, backed himself up and said, hey, I'm struggling to get anything with dirty air? Or in his mind, is he like, okay, I'm set up, I know what needs to happen within this last stage to get myself the win?
Well, I tell you what, something happened with Aaron Smith's pit time. He just had a pit time of 5.22 on lap 43. He originally went down on lap 41, so something tells me when he went down, he took tires, maybe had fuel unchecked and had to go back in for fuel 2 laps later, or maybe just went in and topped off. Who knows? We're speculating, but something definitely happened. We'll have to see what happens here on the long run, as next time around, we're going to be coming to lap 59, then 60, getting closer and closer, just 40 laps to go, well past halfway, Byron, and so far, an all clean and green race, only one stage break to speak of.
Yes, it has been a nice, clean, green race as it's been this entire night. No cautions. Everyone's minding their P's and Q's, of course, until the time arises that they got to speed up, make things a little bit more interesting. But I tell you, the great racing we've seen so far, and throughout the time that we've only been here, Pete, I know we've only been here for, I think about 5 races now, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but just the show these guys have put on week in, week out since the time that we have joined, it's just been fantastic. And it doesn't seem to disappoint every week. It seems to get better and better. Guys find themselves fighting side by side even more and more at some of the toughest tracks we've ever seen. Bristol, Phoenix, Darlington, all these big name tracks that are known for really, really tough racing. These guys make it look like it's nothing. And they just find themselves battling within, out each other. No real runaways except for tonight that we've seen throughout this entirety of our time here.
You're 100% right. Checking on back with Aaron Smith right now. You mentioned sitting way back, originally P12, now up to P11. He's got a little bit of a battle about, 2 cars up between Mike Koch and Kyle Pendergraft, I believe, as they are right now side by side. Double O to the inside. 96 going to touch the wall.
Yeah, he did. That's going to go and back him up now. That's going to allow the 14 of Kyle Pendergraft to get himself into this fight, as well as the double O of Mike Koch now being able to drive away just a little bit. And I tell you, getting that wall, as I say that, Mike's going to find himself in the wall once again. That double O, here comes that 96 right back, Pete.
Yeah, 96 to 14. Now he's got company with the 70 of Aaron Smith breathing down his tailpipe. And when these cars are in the wall like that on a tricky track like Darlington, where the racing groove is already narrow, where do you have to go to try to avoid one of these cars? And these cars, they can at times get stuck up in the wall, but half the time they also bounce off, and you've really got to wonder, am I going to try to shoot high and possibly put myself in a wall, or am I going to shoot low, possibly get loose and end up spinning down the apron? So all kinds of what-ifs got to be racing through your mind as you're racing the Lady in Black.
Yeah, agreed.
Just like that. You see the 14? Just like that, Byron.
Yes, it is, P. He just about spun that, but he's going to keep it nice, green, and clean. Man, that was close. I thought he was definitely going to be around. Great save by the 14. Meanwhile, Aaron Smith now being able to climb up, as well as the 20 of Quick, 46 of Chris Mefford. And behind him, you can see a little bit of a battle going on between the 3 of Brian McCann, and the 83 of Brandon Mefford. Looked like they went ahead and settled out their deals. And then just behind them, they have 75 of Stoney Benfield. I tell you, these top 6, they're looking really, really good, Pete. No one's sort of the clear runaway for position number 2. Everyone's still got a fighting chance.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody behind this guy right here. The 33 of Kevin McCann with a very, very clear 5-point plus over the rest of the field. We talked to him after the stage break, and I asked him, I said, man, you going to be able to hold off this crowd? And obviously, Byron, so far, the answer is a very clear yes.
Yes, it is indeed. And as well, all of them you've seen on the hoods, they're driving for this guy right now, the 20 of Jamie Averill. Neil Quick's got his full paint scheme on, while everyone else got it on the hood. And I tell you, Neil, we were talking about him. Obviously, we mentioned it already. He was quick at Darlington. He's starting to show it just a bit, being able to drive away from that pack. As you see now, a little bit of a battle going on between the 46 and the 3 as they're going to try to sort out their issue. Meanwhile, that 83 is sitting in the back just in case if they get a little bit too touchy with the cars.
Yeah, 83, like you mentioned, a lot of these guys have that number 20 of Jamie Averill. That was his car number while running with this IROC Challenge Series here in season number 5, which coming to a close. They got this race here at Darlington, then they got their championship race next week. So far, only 2 guys locked in with the W. 3 more are going to advance to race for a championship next week at Homestead. I tell you what, Homestead has the progressive banking. Darlington has the banking as well. Byron, would you compare the banking between Darlington and Homestead, or are they completely altogether separate animals?
Oh, that is a great question. Banking, Yeah, I would say probably close to similar. Obviously, your racing line is going to be a huge difference compared to these guys, but that banking's looking about the same. From what I've seen, racing between both Homestead and Darlington, it's about the same banking, let alone, like I said, the race area is going to be tighter, but let alone Homestead too. These guys are going to be a lot more looser in those Xfinity cars, or as we've seen in the real life, we saw the Xfinity cars up on the wall. Is that something that we could see potentially next week? These guys riding that wall, being up close to it, trying to cut away that air.
Man, I tell you, right now riding, not to mention, just real quick, Homestead is a lot wider than Darlington here down in South Carolina. The 33 catching up to the back end of the 25. Whoa, man, that's got to be close. Whole lot closer than what it was looking like on camera. They say objects in the rearview mirror may be closer than they are, but what about when you're looking out the passenger side window? Holy cow, that looked like it was door to door.
Yeah, it did, but it looks like everyone's gonna escape away. No scrapes, no damage done to either car, so that's great news. Mr. Kevin's gonna go and keep going. Have no issues. Meanwhile, we look here. We're missing the 3 of Brian McCann. He sort of disappeared from this pack, and the Medford brothers are able to drive away with it, as McCann looks like he has a little bit of right side damage, if I saw it right. Yeah, he does have the Darlington scrape. Yeah, he's got some damage on that car right there.
Yeah, absolutely. The wall playing havoc with a few of the graphics here with this car, but yeah, definitely looking at some damage. So yeah, Lady in Black reached out and touched someone just a little bit, but 3, not too bad for the wear. Still sitting back there, P5, down 3 spots from where he originally started, but still solidly inside the top 10. And yeah, as you mentioned, the Meffords, both Chris here in the 46 and Brandon right behind him with very, very similarly painted cars, everything down to the decals. Man, what a deal. When we first came on air for the IROC Challenge Series, we watched the 46 completely take off, and then we watched the 83 go on to win that race. Right now, these two are sitting 3rd and 4th. It seems like, maybe a little bit of iRacing skill may run in the family between these brothers.
Yeah, that or a lot of bad blood, therefore causing them. As I tell you, I got a brother of my own. We're always in competition, being better than one another. That should be the same exact thing we're seeing within these two. As I tell you, whenever you have someone to compete in, someone to compete with week in, week out, makes yourself even better, makes yourself even faster. And these two, it's showing off right now. They've started to drive away from the 3. They're starting to catch back up to the 2 of Neil Quick. So gap's starting to decrease just a tad, but in the same boat, Neil's starting to slowly reel in Kevin as time goes on. But Kevin, I think, is just way too far out to sort of be a thought at this point for the 2 of Neil Quick.
Yeah, next time by with driver 33 will be 25 laps to go. So we're going to rack and stack these guys up one more time before it's all said and done. Guys and girls out there in chat, whether it's on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or IROC TV, on Roku, as caution number 2 is going to fly for the stage break. Please reach out to these guys at IROC TV Media on Twitter. Keep up with everything. You can see live broadcasts, where these guys are going to be, all kinds of news and info, week in and week out. And Byron, yeah, that's 75 laps down.
75 felt like it was maybe 15. Time flies when you're having fun, ain't that the same, Pete?
Yeah, it is it. Time, and I'll tell you what, nobody's having more fun right now than this 33. He's had the clean air on the hood of this Camaro just about all night long. Once he was able to get on by the 70 of Aaron Smith, he is absolutely set sail. He was a good 5 seconds up after 5 to 10 laps going into stage number 2. Will stage number 3 be a second verse, same as the first kind of deal, as he makes a left turn towards Albuquerque to grab those brand new Eagle Feel Goods, top it off, or only take enough of what fuel he needs to get to the end, which is a feature here in iRacing. You don't have to pack it tight full of fuel when you don't have to go 50 laps. You can narrow it down, keep the car somewhat light, carry more speed, and a little bit more grip in the tires.
That was one of the great things about iRacing. I know I haven't mentioned it in a long time, but NASCAR Heat, just the difference we've seen throughout the entirety, just making this big step. These guys, the amount of options you got in iRacing, it's almost like real racing. The amount of options you have and the amount of decisions you can come up with. If you want right sides, you can come down for right sides. If you want left sides, come down for left sides. In sort of endurance series, you can literally just come down for one tire if you want one tire. That's a great thing about iRacing. It's as good as you can get to real racing.
Yeah, I was actually watching somebody else's stream yesterday, the day before, and they were running drag cars here on iRacing, and somebody was joking around inside the broadcast that the cars actually had a button on the dash to take a drink. How about that? I mean, how much more real does it get to be? All right, let's see if we can pull driver 33 up one more time. Kevin McCann going to be no stranger to the booth whatsoever. Kevin, stage 2 undoubtedly belonged to you. Here we are, final stage, winding it on down. Can you have another great launch and keep the field at bay, sir?
Yeah, I'm just hoping for another full green flag run. I think, as you can see, I got the pace here in the Chevy tonight, so just hoping we can keep this thing green. I don't want to get in the habit of having a bunch of restarts here, so keep it green. We might be able to bring it to victory lane tonight.
Well, it looks like Neil Quick in that number 20 is going to be starting to your outside again. So he was able to hold serve all through that run. You think he's got a challenge for you, or you think you're going to be able to skate away? It seems like that 33's been on rails.
It's going to depend on what kind of strategy he's running tonight. I think he's playing the points game. He may consider keeping it, safe and in second there, and I think he's locked in. I'm in a bit of a different situation. I'm pretty sure I have to win to get in tonight, just based on where everybody's running. So, I'm definitely going to be aggressive here and just see what he does.
Well, man, I tell you what, if you've had to put in any extra time and practice over the 2-week hiatus that we've had for the holidays, man, it's absolutely showing. I'll go ahead and get you back down with your teammates. Good luck one more time. Keep the shiny side up, and maybe we'll be talking to you for a podium finish.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You got it. All right, so we go ahead and get him back on down to where he needed to be, right along with Brian McCann and Tim Schofield. And absolutely, Brian, we wish him a whole lot of luck. But I'm a fan of the 33. He's been strong. But Byron, my want, if I can will it to that 20 of Neil Quick, would for him to go ahead and pass the 33 and grab that sentimental win.
I agree. But like Kevin said, he's in a must-win situation. One of the fastest drivers we've seen, at least up throughout the bit that we've been here. But in the same boat, like you said, Neil Quick, he's definitely the sentimental favorite tonight. We'll have to see, Pete. 20 to go is what will remain once these drivers cross the line. As they come to the hands of Barney one last time, Pete, we're ready to go green.
Green flag, let's go. Byron, very, very clear punch on the throttle, on that loud pedal for the 33. Like I said before, control car always has the clear advantage, and he's showing that one more time. I tell you what, if this driver says that he's got to go ahead and win in order to lock himself in, he's got a great shot. So far, just about 1.1 seconds over Neil Quick, sitting P2. Chris Mefford, P3. Stoney Benfield, P4. And Brandon Mefford still sitting in P5, right where he started on the night so far. Tim Schofield, David Trumley, Mike Koch, Brian McCann, Aaron Smith is your top 10.
Yeah, so McCann's going to go ahead and take a tremendous lead once again now. Already out to about a second and a half. We'll have to see. There he goes. He goes purple once again, Pete. This time he is under the 30-second mark. He is at a 29.9. He is just on rails, and he is taking off.
Yeah, he is the first driver to go sub 30. Earlier when he went to a 30.14, I mentioned it was to a 30.39, I believe I said. So he was 0.2 under that. Again, 0.2 under his closest competition, with Neil Quick now putting down a 30.2. So yeah, he's going to go purple again. But now how about that? Driver 83, Brandon Mefford, back there at P5. He just went 29.94. He's got a little bit of a benefit of the draft. But hey, Byron, with these tricky corners, even that's a bit of a challenge.
Yes, it is. And we were talking about everybody putting their game face on now. Well, guess what? We're under 20. These guys are hungry. They want to win tonight. So you see one that was sprinting in the back, but he's going to go ahead, keep it green, keep it clean, as everyone's going to continue the battle for position. And everyone is wanting that top dog position, but no one can seem to pry it away from that 33 of Kevin McCann tonight.
No one. But I tell you what, if we can get a little bit of teamwork going here between Chris Mefford and Neil Quick. He's been able to hold on to the P2 spot in that number 20. He's got the 46 of Chris Mefford right behind him. We know Chris can also be very, very fast. It seems like at any kind of track. So can he get on up there, work with the 20 of Neil Quick, and maybe catch on up to that 33? I don't know, but it seems like we've got a couple tandem packs here.
Yes, we do. We're going to see what we saw in practice. These guys are going to line up, draft up, take off. Hopefully we'll have to see. Stoney Benfield, one of those guys that you just mentioned, we have not seen him up within the top 5 almost all night, at least from what I've remembered. It used to be Trumley, Smith, Quick, McCann, and Mefford brothers, but now Stoney, he's got a hand in this fight. Up 5 positions so far this race, looking to make it more, as meanwhile just in front, the 46 and the 20, they're going to go the battle for position number 2.
Yeah, 46 and the 20. 20's on the high side. 46 going to get down low, almost making a little bit of contact. 46 is able to pull on back down, but they're going to go side by side across the start stripe. Byron, they're in one.
Yes, they are, and it looks like the 46 of Chris Mefford going to go ahead and get a clear advantage, heading off for number 2. Meanwhile, the 20 of Neil Quick looking to battle his way back in for position number 2, but looks like he's not going to be able to, as meanwhile the 75 and the 83 lurking in the shadows, looking for their chance to jump at that 20.
Yeah, Chris Mefford now up 8 spots, sitting in P number 2, taking it over. Stoney Benfield, you mentioned a little bit ago, up 5 spots. The only other driver that's up more spots right along with these is Tim Schofield. Back in P6, he's up 6 spots as well. So a few guys really starting to move up in the later stages. Byron, we're working with 12 laps remaining. This 100 laps absolutely flying by. And man, so far we've seen the Lady in Black reach out to a few people, few Darlington stripes out there. And it looks like Brandon Mefford's going to put a little pressure on the 75.
Yes, it does. He is. In the 75, Stoney Benfield looked like he's not going to back off at all. He's going to keep that momentum pushing forward. Meanwhile, the 83 of Mefford slowly trying to close that gap. Been one of the best fights we've seen all night long, and it's going to come down for the 3rd place position. As Pete, we are nearing 10 to go. The 33 of Kevin McCann just took the 10 to go.
How about we actually take a couple laps right here with Brandon Mefford. Guys, gals out there in chat, please go on up, crank up those surround sounds. Let's go live. All right, Byron, that was a great little crank it up session. You see the 83 able to get on by Stony Benfield, and that was one hell of a battle. 7 laps remaining out of this 100 lapper. Now 6 laps to go out of this 100 lapper in Darlington, South Carolina. One more race, Byron. This was the penultimate race for this IROC Spartan Transportation Challenge Series. One more race to go before we crown a champion. But man, Darlington has not been any kind of a letdown whatsoever.
No, not at all. Darlington did not disappoint at all. Once this sun sets here and the sun rises in Homestead, we will crown ourselves a champion, as well as head into our next season, which, you hear it here first, $5,000 purse of a lion's share up to grabs for everybody next season in the Spartan Series. $100 entry fee. Everybody's going to go at it a full season, and it's going to be in the trucks. Same exact style you're seeing here. Everybody's going to compete week in, week out. Same setups. It's going to be great to see. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. As we see, though, this season's not over just yet, Pete.
No, not at all. You know, Byron, I wanted to check back in on the weather just a little bit. Looks like the air temp has dropped a little bit, so I think that's why we're seeing some of these guys get a little bit faster. You know, they're knocking full 10th by 10th off. We haven't seen anybody really jump the gun after that last restart. But how about this guy right here in this 33? Said he had to win to get in with 3 laps to go as he comes on by the start stripe one more time. 72-degree air temp, 77-degree track temp. No issue. You know, we're not going to see any kind of rain or anything like that. But just a little bit of a breeze, like a 2-mile-per-hour wind. Perfect racing conditions here in South Carolina. You couldn't ask for any better. 2 to go.
No, we couldn't have. And what a show Kevin has put on tonight. We've seen throughout every single time, every single restart, he has driven himself out to a more than 2.5-second lead. And the fact that now he's going to find himself heading down the backstretch for the second to last time, just what a show he's put on. What a way to put himself in a fighting chance as long as he keeps it clean here. Coming to the white flag, Pete, he's just got to keep it clean for 4 more turns. He's going to find himself a winner at the Lady in Black.
Absolutely. Across the start stripe, Barney put out the white flag for him going into 1. He's done a masterful job all night long. Once he took the lead over from the 70 of Aaron Smith, there was no looking back. Off of turn number 2, no issue whatsoever. Going down the backstretch, it's checkers or wreckers here. There will be no yellow flag, no do-overs, no green-white checkers. Through 3, off of 4, 33 of Kevin McCann will win at Darlington.
Second place going to be close, Pete, if you zoom in. Oh, wow. Within maybe 100th of a second, that 46 of Chris Mefford's going to pick up P2 over the 2 of Neil Quick, the 20 tonight of Neil Quick. Great racing by those two. I was watching that as you were mentioning the win in the back from Mr. McCann, but what a great race tonight. What a show these drivers put on.
Yeah, 322 to 323 behind Kevin McCann, so down to the 100th. That would have been one hell of a finish. But tonight, it's all about this 33. It's his turn. Sir, the field is yours. Everything is all about you. Go ahead and light him up, sir. All right, he's going to bring it back to the start stripe right under Barney. Park it, grab a photo of his own. Again, big props to everybody here in the IROC Challenge Series in memory of Jamie Abril, driver of this IROC Challenge Series club, community, or league. Big friend to everybody and will be sorely missed. Again, all of our condolences go out to the entire Abril family in all of our thoughts. All right, Byron. It's about that time. Neil Quick, Chris Mefford, and Kevin McCann will all be working their way up to the booth. Ladies and gents, don't go anywhere. We're going to show you that little bit of a trailer about what Byron was just talking about season number 6. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gents. So there you saw the full trailer of what Byron was talking about for season number 6, $100 entry fee, and you've got your chance at a lion's share of $5,000. The season 6 kicks off on February the 2nd, right here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and IROC TV through Roku. So again, if you've got a Roku streaming device or a Roku TV, go on over to your channels, search it out. The logo for the channel looks just like what you see there on the bottom left-hand side of your screen under the scoring pylon, IROC TV. Again, big thank you to Spartan Transportation LLC, the main sponsor of this series. All right, Byron Jones, we've got Neil Quick up in the booth, driver 20 for us tonight with a big tribute to Jamie Abril, used to be driver 20 here in the series. Neil, we were able to talk to you during that tribute lap, and you're going to be riding, going to have a very special passenger with you, able to finish P3 in the points. I think Kevin McCann was saying that you were looking pretty solid. So were you mostly points racing tonight, or do you think you might have been able to get on up there and challenge that 33?
No, I don't know what Kevin had in that thing tonight. I'm sure it's going through tech right now, and I'll be interested to find out. But, man, that thing was on rails all night. Congrats to him for pulling off the big win and doing what he did and locking himself into the chase and the championship for next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race at Homestead. Come to speak of it, over the next 7 days before we get there next Thursday night. you're going to have to spend a little bit more time at the track? You feeling pretty comfortable about it? Or is it kind of an Achilles heel for you where you'll be burning the midnight oil and the rubber?
No, it's a really fun track for me. I do well there, but man, you got to be burning midnight oil with these guys. These top guys over here. If you ain't putting in your practice, you ain't gonna be in there. So, lot of respect for these guys over here. Just great racing. If you guys are looking for a league out there and run around with the fast guys, there are some over here, and mad respect for these guys. But man, Byron, going back to the whole night here, I definitely want to say thank you to Chris and special do the tribute for Jamie and have him ride shotgun tonight with me and put it on the podium in his colors tonight. Very thankful for that, and hope family appreciative of that, and really stoked maybe to carry a little bit of this momentum into Homestead next week. I think I'm so close on the cutoff to make it. I'm not sure that I'm in there for that championship hunt.
Well, if we can get a points update before the stream is done, we'll absolutely let you know. But man, congratulations on the top 3. Welcome back. Don't go anywhere. We might ask you, one more time if you wouldn't mind hanging around. Maybe share a little bit about Driver 20 that started this series with everybody and seems to have meant so much to so many. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring up Chris Mefford and Byron. You've got Driver 46.
Number 46, Chris Mefford. Before we go ahead and start, you got a copy, sir?
Sure do.
Man, what a race for you, I tell you. Between you and Neil battling each other for position, even down to that last lap, we just mentioned the Neil, it was within a hundredth of a second. You guys were battling all night long. Walk us through those last few laps throughout the entire race and what this race sort of meant. Not only racing for yourself, but as well as Jamie Abril and others tonight.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to, send my condolences out to Jamie and his family. I don't want to say I can't know what they're going through, but I kind of do with my father. So my condolences to him and his family. No, me and Neil, we kind of practiced a little bit throughout the week. Kind of had the same strategy. Didn't want to burn our stuff up to have more grip at the end, but it seemed like others had more grip than us.
Well, I tell you, it was a great race for you, regardless of, others being able to run away. If that was the finish between you two, that would have been one of the greatest finishes I think me and Pete have ever called or seen within here in iRacing. So huge kudos to you two, the battle you guys had all night long. Is there anything maybe you could have done differently to catch yourself up to Kevin, or was he just sort of like a see you later, I had nothing for him?
I don't know. It almost like he had 8 sets of tires on that thing. He just took off like a bat out of hell and just never looked back. Like I said, me and Neil staved tires through that first run, and we just fell back to 7 seconds. Just couldn't catch him. I mean, I don't know what else we could have done with him and Aaron. So we tried our best to get up there, but I mean, when somebody's that dominant, there's not really much you can really do.
I agree on that. And then heading in the next week, you got yourself Homestead. How you feeling about Homestead? I know you're potentially one of the candidates finding yourself into this final battle here. How you feeling?
I feel better if I didn't have that penalty at Dago. It was a penalty that I couldn't clear. It was a penalty that I shouldn't have got. But then it's following the rules. I get it. But then the rules state you got to restart in the restart zone tonight, and that didn't happen. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. If things got bent for certain people, I don't know. But I mean, it was so hard to pass tonight. When you took off, I mean, you took off and it was hard to pass. So it'd be better if I was in that championship 5. But they got some good drivers in there, and I hope to spoil it.
Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck with the futures next week if you do make it into the final 5. Before we let you go, you got any friends, family, shout-outs that you want to go ahead and get out there?
Yep, as I said, once again, I want to shout out to Jamie and his family. Prayers to everybody involved, and struck by this tragedy. Shout out to Kevin for kicking our ass. And him and Neil for making it to the final 5. Everybody out there. Hell, we had a caution-free race, and at Darlington, that's pretty special. So good job by everybody for running thing hard and clean. And, hopefully do it next week.
Well, there you go. Mr. Mefford going to find himself P number 2 tonight. Pete, you got anything else for him?
No, I just got to say, Chris, from our first broadcast with this IROC Challenge Series, you definitely shown to be one of the fastest. Whether or not you work your way in here in season 5, from issues on track, issues on or off pit road, whichever, man, I just want to say thank you very much for putting on one hell of a show for us so far. And if you're in it or not, I definitely want to thank you sincerely, and hopefully we see you for season 6.
Yeah, most definitely appreciate you guys, calling the broadcast and everything, and those kind words. These aren't my strongest cars. These are probably my worst. I'm just never been a good fan of them. I mean, I know I won one race this year, but I think it was at a short track. So short tracks are a little different. Now, the trucks, I like heavier cars, heavier vehicles, minus the very new cars. Those can go in the trash. But trucks, ARCA cars, I've always liked those. I just seem like they suit my style a little bit better, but they also suit the guys you've been talking to here recently better too. So, it's going to be a hell of a season next year.
Looking forward to it. Starting February the 2nd, it's going to be a great time. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up our winner for this evening. Kevin McCann, we talked to you at the end of stage number 1. We talked to you at the end of stage number 2. And now we're talking to you as the winner here from the Lady in Black, Darlington, South Carolina. She had nothing for you this evening. You said you had to race to get in. Sir, you've done it. You're going for a championship next week at Homestead. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, feeling great. And did what I set out to do tonight. It feels good to, accomplish a goal. Had some bad luck here in this round of the playoffs. So, to come away with a win here, would have rather locked in earlier on, so I wouldn't have been stressed. But, I'll take it any way I can get it.
How much extra time did you spend here at Darlington over these last couple weeks during the holiday break to tune that 33? It definitely seemed like you were the class of the field all night long. Once you got on by Aaron Smith, you showed that there was just no looking back, and you gapped the entire field by at least 5 to 7 seconds each and every stage. Do you want to share what you found, or was it just a love of Darlington?
Yeah, Darlington's never been one of my strongest tracks, but
okay.
Usually the setups I've ran here have been tight. But tonight, setup was pretty loose, which suits my driving style. So just felt really good, and connected, and was able to drive the car with my right foot. Versus saving the right front tire, which is what we usually have to worry about in these cars. So I'd say it's just a combination of those things, and having the track position tonight is really what mattered.
So now, obviously, Homestead is a lot wider than Darlington, but the banking is somewhat similar. Are you looking forward to Homestead, or are you going to have to turn a couple extra laps there to get prepared for a championship run next week?
Yeah, Homestead's an interesting track. It's really depends on what the setup's going to drive like, but we could see multiple grooves. You just never know at that track. I would love to see 2 lines open up, have the bottom and the top working. So I'm definitely going to put some laps in to figure out if, which line's going to be preferred, and, can you make some moves on that other line? Because, any track here in these cars on a fixed setup without huge tire degradation is going to be tough to pass. And I think everybody's going to be giving it all they got next week, especially in the top 5. So definitely going to be a competitive race for sure.
Well, I definitely can't wait, and I know Byron can't either. It's been a great, 5 or 6 races for us. Definitely looking forward to closing out the season, and it turns out that I actually will be able to bring the IROC Challenge Series to Season 6 as well. So glad to announce that. Glad to get prepared for all that, and man, I definitely wish you a whole lot of luck next week. Any quick, friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there? Anything extra special you want to share about Jamie?
Yeah, just first and foremost, shout out again to Jamie and his family, and thinking about them and everything they're going through, and hope we could at least bring a little smile to the situation tonight, and that was our goal. And thanks to all the sponsors that put on the league, especially Spartan Logistics and R&R Racewear, and shout out to the guys tonight. 100 laps at Darlington caution free. That's a pretty amazing feat. And I was really hoping we wouldn't have a caution there in that stage 3, and they pulled through for me. So just shout out to all those guys for keeping it a clean race, and just looking forward to hopefully got something for it next week.
Yeah, you almost had that spoiled on you. There was a couple that tangoed just a little bit, but they were able to get it squared away and move on. But again, one more time, congratulations. You are the winner here from Darlington. You will be racing for a championship next week at Homestead. Byron, that wraps up the Lady in Black. Any final thoughts, buddy?
I mean, what a race we saw tonight. Obviously, from everything, from Kevin having such a great runaway, as well as the battle he had between Aaron for that top dog position, all the way back to Neil Quick and the 46 of Chris Mefford battling each other for that second place position, as well as this big old race being for Jamie Abril. It's been a huge night. It was a successful night, and I can't wait to see once the sun rises above the big old track of Homestead, Miami next week. We are going to crown ourselves a champion that night.
All right, and of course, we're going to go ahead and bring Neil Quick back in one more time to shut down this broadcast. Neil, asked you to stick around to maybe share one or two more quick words about Jamie Abril. Obviously, no rush. Don't let the word quick push you along. Take your time, say anything you'd like, and we're going to go ahead and shut down the stream.
No, thank you guys. Definitely a big thank you to all the sponsors for putting on the league, and definitely putting on the tribute tonight for Jamie and his family. I know we all are gearheads and motorsports guys, and we all have our toys at home, whether it's motorcycles or UTVs or anything like that, and even myself, we go out, we have fun, we enjoy riding those, and just an unfortunate accident. So Jamie come into the league and was new with us this year, and definitely talked to all of us in between races, and look forward to Thursday nights every week, as much as every one of us do. It was good to have a competitor like himself get in here, and he was learning from us and getting better, and like I said, just look forward to it. He's kind of one of what we call the family in here that races on Thursday night. I mean, all these guys become almost like your brothers. You race against them every Thursday, and their families and their stories that they have from each week, they become part of your life. And unfortunately, we've lost Jamie, and he'll always be in our thoughts and prayers, and his family, and definitely our condolences to the family, and wishing them the best, and to his wife Brooke and everybody that was watching tonight. And I haven't got the points updated yet, or haven't seen them, but if the 2 car makes it in, it'll be running the 20 at Homestead. We will run his paint scheme in the championship.
Well, there you go. Definitely looking forward to it. All right, guys and gals, again, one more time, thank you very much for coming out, hanging out, chatting up, keeping both Byron and I company. We will see you next week live from Homestead. Y'all have a good evening. Please do, stay safe. Do take care of each other. And, we'll see you around the track.
Thank you, guys.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at Spartan-Logistics.